Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare.
How I can stop envying non-devotees, or how to stop having hatred for non-devotees? By compassionately doing something for them. Give them some prasad, give them Prabhupada's books, invite them to temple, speak something about Krishna consciousness. That way we can give up envy for them. Otherwise, from a distance we will always feel envy and hatred, because we ourselves are suffering from these conditionings.
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Four most important temples that Srila Prabhupada established in India, and one of the fully completed temple in India is ISKCON Hyderabad. So Prabhupada wanted that ISKCON temples to be like oasis in a desert. People can come and experience the happiness of spiritual life and happiness of the association of devotees.
Kunja Bihari Yasodanandana Raja Janarandana Yasodanandana Raja Janarandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava kunja bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava kunja bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yasodanandana Vrajajanarandana. Yasodanandana Vrajajanarandana. Yamuna Tira Banachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava kunja bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava kunja bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jayam viśvasṛk-yajña-gataṁ Ashtotara Sata Sri Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jayam viśvasṛk-yajña-gataṁ Ashtotara Sata Sri Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। यमुना माई की जय। श्रीमती तुलसी देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन की जय। श्री श्री गौनिताय की जय। श्री श्री जगन्नाथ सुभद्रा बलदेव की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदी all glories to the Sambhavatis, all glories to the Sambhavatis, all glories to the Sambhavatis, all glories to Sri Guru Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasavutare Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pachadine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschata Vedatarine Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Today we are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, fourth skanda, third chapter, sloka number 24 and 25. Sloka 25 will be the last sloka of the chapter. Reading from sloka 24. Tat te nirīkṣyaḥ na pitā api deha-kṛt dakṣaḥ mama dviṭ tad-anuvratāḥ ca ye yaha viśvasṛg-yajña-gataṁ vara-ūru mam anāgasaṁ durvacasā akarot tiraḥ tatte nirīkṣyo na pitāpi deha-kṛt dakṣo mama dviṭ tad-anuvratāś yo viśvasṛg-yajña-gataṁ varoru mam anāgasaṁ durvacasākarot tiraḥ tatte nirīkṣyo na pitāpi deha-kṛt dakṣo mama dviṭ tad-anuvratāś yo viśvasṛg-yajña-gataṁ varoru mam anāgasaṁ durvacasākarot tiraḥ tatte nirīkṣyo na pitāpi deha-kṛt dakṣo mama dviṭ tad-anuvratāś yo viśvasṛg-yajña-gataṁ varoru mam anāgasaṁ durvacasākarot tiraḥ Vaishnavis. Tat, therefore, te, your, nirīkṣyaḥ, to be seen, na, not, pitā, your father, api, although, deha-kṛt, the giver of your body, dakṣaḥ, dakṣa, mama, my, dviṭ, envious, tad-anuvratāḥ, his, dakṣa's followers, ca, also, ye, who, yaha, who, dakṣa, viśvasṛk, of the Viśvasṛks, yajña-gatam, being present at the sacrifice. Vara-ūru, O Satī, Mam, me, anāgasaṁ, being innocent, durvacasā, with cruel words, akarot tiraḥ, has insulted. Sri Sri Gaurnitai ki jai, Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai, Sri Sri Jagannath Subhadra Baladev ki jai. Translation: Therefore, you should not see your father, although he is the giver of your body, because he and his followers are envious of me. Because of his envy, O most worshipful one, he has insulted me with cruel words, although I am innocent. Please repeat. Therefore, you should not see your father, although he is the giver of your body, because he and his followers are envious of me. Because of his envy, O most worshipful one, he has insulted me with cruel words, although I am innocent. Purport by Zivange Sesi Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. For a woman, both the husband and the father are equally worshipable. The husband is a protector of a woman during her youthful life, whereas the father is a protector during her childhood. Thus, both are worshipable, but especially the father, because he is the giver of the body. Lord Shiva reminded Satī, your father is undoubtedly worshipable, even more than I am, but take care, for although he is the giver of your body, he may also be the taker of your body, because when you see your father, because of your association with me, he may insult you. An insult from a relative is worse than death, especially when one is well situated. So we shall also read the last sloka that doesn't have any purports. Yadi varichyasya tihaya madvaksho bhadram bhavatya natato bhavishyati sambhavitasya svajanat vara-ūru sambhavitasya svajanat vara-ūru yada sasadyo maranaya kalpate yadi vrajishyasya tihaya madvaksho bhadram bhavatya natato bhavishyati sambhavitasya svajanat vara-ūru yada sasadyo maranaya kalpate yadi vrajishyasya tihaya madvaksho bhadram bhavatya natato bhavishyati sambhavitasya svajanat vara-ūru yada sasadyo maranaya kalpate. Yadi, if vrajishyasi, you will go, atihaya, neglecting, madvakshaha, my words, bhadram, good, bhavatyaha, your, not, tataha, then, bhavishyati, will become sambhavitasya, most respectable, swajjanat, by your own relative, parabhavaha, are insulted, yada, when, saha, that insult, sadhyaha, immediately, maranaya, to death, kalpate, is equal. Translation: if in spite of this instruction you decide to go, neglecting my words, the future will not be good for you. You are most respectable, and when you are insulted by your relative, this insult will immediately be equal to death. Please repeat. If in spite of this instruction you decide to go, neglecting my words, the future will not be good for you. You are most respectable, and when you are insulted by your relative, this insult will immediately be equal to death. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the fourth canto, third chapter of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, entitled Talks Between Lord Shiva and Satī. So this is the end of this chapter. It was very dramatic and spiritually also beneficial for everyone who is hearing or speaking these slokas, because very important topics have been discussed. There have been this conversation between Satī and Lord Shiva is full of very important instructions. Satī is very much intent to attend the yajña presided over by her father, Dakṣa. At the same time, she should not forget that in the earlier yajña, Dakṣa had insulted her husband in the public, in the company of all the major demigods and rishis, including Lord Brahma. So she should understand that the situation is not ordinary. Her father, even though is worshipable by her, as here indicated by Lord Shiva, your father is the giver of your body. Therefore, he is certainly worshipable. But at the same time, because he doesn't have any respect for Lord Shiva, and that also lack of respect is also targeted against her daughter, Satī. Satī being married to Lord Shiva, Dakṣa was not in favor of such a marriage, but somehow Lord Brahma had conducted the marriage more or less against the wish of Dakṣa. And from the very beginning, after this marriage, Dakṣa did not consider well this marriage, and therefore he kept envy against Lord Shiva and even her daughter, Satī. Why is he envious of Lord Shiva? For simply external considerations. Because Lord Shiva is not following the ordinary rules of conduct that are in the society. Lord Shiva is having a very special position and does not follow the ordinary rules. His dress is the tiger skin. He is having a garland of snakes, and his body is covered with ashes from crematorium. his hair is disabled, and he doesn't pay attention to his surroundings. He is immersed in meditation. As Lord Shiva explained in the earlier sloka, that sattvam visuddham vasudeva sabditam, explaining his consciousness. His consciousness is always immersed in thoughts of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the situation of Lord Shiva. One should not see the external appearance of Lord Shiva, or even his associates, who are all either demons or people who are not in the upper class of the society. His associates belong generally to the lower class, and they also don't follow properly rules of conduct of the high society. So his entourage is also not very attractive, but Lord Shiva does not mind. He gives shelter to everyone. In this way, he exhibits a very high Vaishnava quality of compassion for all his followers. But Dakṣa does not see the qualities of Lord Shiva. He is not able to understand the high position, spiritual position of Lord Shiva, but considers him to be somebody who is unwanted in a high-class society. And therefore, Satī, who became her wife, his wife, he has no consideration. Even though at the beginning, Satī was a pet daughter, but now she has become rejected. So Lord Shiva is telling Satī, as in this chapter, it was very well discussed, that Shiva's advice is that don't go to that meeting, to that yajña, because it will not be good for you. You will have to hear insults from your father. Even though your father is worshipable, but he will not appreciate your presence. And this insult will be very painful for you. Lord Shiva is simply telling her that the pain that will be caused by insult is equal to death. So Lord Shiva has a vision of what is going to happen. He understands that Satī is not going to listen to him. She will go there. She will be insulted along with the Lord Shiva. And as a result of that, she will commit suicide. So it is very clear here that Lord Shiva understands clearly what is going to happen next. But he cannot forcefully keep his wife. He gives liberty, freedom of action to his wife after warning her, after giving very good instructions. But if she is not listening, that is up to her. Of course, we understand that these events between Lord Shiva, Satī, and the yajña, all these circumstances are ordained by the Supreme Personality of Godhead ultimately. And the consequence is not that ordinary suicide on the part of an ordinary woman, but it is the disappearance of a most exalted lady, and she will again come back to life in a different form and engage herself again in different services for the Supreme Personality of Godhead and Lord Shiva. So it is very not ordinary circumstances. And we should not exercise our own limited idea or judgment when hearing these events, thinking that what these great demigods, what they are doing, they don't follow properly the rules, etiquette. So what good can they do, and how are they worshipable? But Satī, Parvati, Lord Shiva, are certainly worshipable, but for different reasons. Because they are exalted Vaishnavas, they are engaged in the service of the Lord. So that was explained by Lord Shiva, that how he is constantly meditating upon Vasudeva, the all-pervading personality of Godhead. Therefore, he may not be aware of the external surroundings and the ordinary rules of etiquette to be followed in society. He is immersed in a higher dimension. So that should be a very good instruction for all those who want to follow improve their spiritual life. That the advice given by Lord Shiva is to be followed in this way by all the Vaishnavas, not only by Satī, but we should understand this advice properly. And remember always this warning by Lord Shiva. Going to an assembly, apparently pious assembly, and where all friends and relatives may be going, but if the circumstances are not favorable, then there is no need to attend such functions. It is not that one is obliged by rules of society to follow this what other people may be doing. That is their own liberty, freedom. But we should exercise our intelligence in order to discriminate between what is not to be done, what is to be done. So that is a very important instruction of Lord Shiva. One should not go in such association that is basically offensive. They are offensive against Lord Shiva and Vaishnava. So Vaishnava Paradis should not be, we should not aspire for their association. We should not be with them. We should better to be alone, or better, of course, to remain only in association of Pranayi Vaishnavas, Pranayi Bhaktas, as in the song by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Pranayi Bhakta Sanghe. I will visit the holy places visited by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the company of Pranayi Bhakta Sanghe, in the company of loving devotees who are like-minded and certainly who are not prone to insult other Vaishnavas. So one should go, always remain in such association, and not go in the association of so-called pious personalities who are prone to insult Vaishnavas. So that is very important advice of Lord Shiva that can be followed by everybody. Also, there was some dialogue between Srila Prabhupada and some of his disciples on a related subject matter. One disciple, at the time of a morning walk, whenever Prabhupada used to stay near the seashore, just like in Los Angeles or in Bombay, or in Visakhapatnam, Srila Prabhupada in the morning used to have his morning walk on the seashore. So the seashore is very beautiful early morning. You have the beach, you have the ocean, and waves, beautiful, sweet waves that make a beautiful sound. You have all the birds that are also flying in the sky, and then the sun on the horizon. And this is a very beautiful sight, very attractive. So at the time of morning walk, in this situation, one disciple asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, we are going to this beach, and it is so beautiful. So beautiful, I like to come here regularly. I'm very much attracted by this beautiful sunrise on the beach. So Prabhupada answered that if you are so much attracted to this, yes, Prabhupada, Lord Krishna will give you all the facility. You can come here birth after birth, life after life, and you can enjoy the sunrise on the beach. That facility Lord Krishna will give you. So immediately disciple became little aware of the situation and controlled his mind that although, of course, in the association of Prabhupada, he should have become more attracted to such association rather than with the association of the external nature that may also be attractive. But it is Maya. And if we are attracted by Maya, that goes against our progress in spiritual life. That was the teaching of Srila Prabhupada on this occasion. On another occasion, under similar circumstances, one of Srila Prabhupada's disciples also told Srila Prabhupada, you are taking us on the beach in the early morning, but it is such a beautiful scene, but we want to be in a spiritual association. Why is the necessity to come to such a place where we may be attracted to material nature? So Prabhupada then had a different answer to that. You see, the question is different, the different mood. That disciple doesn't want to be attracted to material nature. So why Prabhupada is taking the disciple to such a beautiful place? So Prabhupada answers to that, that you have not read our Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna says about his connection with material nature, the ocean of all bodies of water. Lord Krishna said, I am the ocean, I am the samudra. So if you see the samudra, the ocean, you should know this Krishna is telling, I am the samudra amongst all bodies of water. So you remember Krishna. Why you are thinking of material nature? As soon as you see the ocean, immediately you should remember Krishna. And when you see the rising sun and other aspects of nature on the beach, you should know every element. Bhumi rapo naro vayu kam mano buddhi revacha ahankarati yamme bhinna prakriti rashtada. Lord Krishna says, these are my separate energies. So you should connect everything to Krishna. Krishna said, they belong to me. Even though they are indirectly connected, they are separated energies, still they are my own. Everything belongs to Krishna. So why are you getting so much disturbed coming to a beautiful place? You should remember Krishna at every step. So that was also Srila Prabhupada's instruction, that in any circumstance, that we should remember Krishna by remembering Lord Krishna's instructions in the Bhagavad Gita. Everything is connected to Krishna. How can we forget Krishna at any time? If we do so, that means our Krishna consciousness is not even started. So it is in this way Srila Prabhupada at every step instructed his disciples. The same instructions given by Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva says, I am always in Vasudeva Sattva. Prabhupada translated Vasudeva Sattva by Krishna consciousness. This is the same idea. Vasudeva Sattva means constantly immersed in thoughts of Vasudeva. That means Krishna consciousness. So that can be achieved by proper association, always following the instructions of the spiritual master. And if we do not follow the instruction of the spiritual master, whatever happens to the disciple is that he will fall down from the spiritual life. And here, Satī is not going to listen to her husband, who is also her spiritual master, Lord Shiva. And because of not following her spiritual master, then she will also have fall down in the sense that she will have to give up her body. Of course, this is not on our level, as I was telling at the beginning, that the activities of Shiva, Satī are not on the same level that we are experiencing as ordinary human beings. Even then, the instructions are still valid, and we can always keep in mind the importance of Vasudeva Sattva, that is pure Krishna consciousness. One should think at every moment that everything is connected to Krishna, and we should always keep ourselves in a proper association, avoiding association of non-devotees. So that is the very important instruction of Lord Shiva that is valid for everyone. So the consequence of what Shiva is predicting is that Satī is not going to listen to him. She will think, after all, I am the daughter of Dakṣa. All my sisters are also attending the yajña. So there is no problem. I can also go and attend your yajña. She will not follow Lord Shiva's instruction, and she will be insulted. Lord Shiva also will be insulted. There will be a very big confrontation, and she will have to give up her body. That will be seen in the next chapter. Satī quits her body. So we can end here this class. Any questions or comments? All right. Hare Krishna. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.